Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is Adam here, and we're back with another podcast. And I'm here with my my colleague.
It is Guillermo, and I am here too.
So we're both here. We've established that. That's nice. I like it.
So we wanted to start by talking about. So we're a little late because that's my fault. Originally, we were gonna make this podcast like 2 weeks ago, and then I forgot all the video recording equipment at home. And then the next week, I was just finishing up school, so I was way too busy to do anything. Now we finally got time.
Yeah.
And now we can record.
Yep. So today, obviously, as we said last time, we were gonna watch Rent a Girlfriend, and we did. And we're gonna talk a lot about that. It'll be the bulk of the podcast. We'll mention a few other things towards the end, but. Oh man, that show, if there was ever a cringe comedy, that show really is the definition of it. Like, that reminded me, I don't know if anybody who's watched this has seen Wate Mote, It's Your Fault I'm Not Popular. Really, it's like a guy version of that.
Yeah.
So it's really cringy. So we'll start with the pros. So
Okay.
The pros of the show. I really liked.
Should we talk about a little bit about what it's about first?
Yeah, I guess. Did we? I don't know if we mentioned that. Anyway, yeah. So basically, it's about this guy, and he's just in his first year of university, and he's just off to college and whatever. And he's trying to have sort of the university experience or whatever. And
The experience we never had.
Yeah,
I went to school and I never.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's the cliche experience, but
the cool one, the fun one that we all wish we had.
Not the one where you go to a technical college and then transfer.
All you can do is go to school, and never meet a girl or party or nothing.
All you do is just go to school, do homework and tests, and try to pass finals and stress out. So yeah, that was mine, but. No, the cliche college experience was, he had a girlfriend in the beginning, and then she broke up with him, and then he's, all down. So he finds this service online in Japan called Rent a Girlfriend, where you can go on dates, pay women to go on dates, basically like escorts, but without the, having sex part.
The sex part.
When you put it that way, it really even sounds worse now. But yeah, and it was like he goes on this date with this Rent a Girlfriend, and they have
Chizuru.
talks. Yeah, Chizuru, and his name. Let's get his name out of the way.
Kazuya.
Okay, so yeah, Kazuya and Chizuru. So I should really pull this up on my phone in a minute here, but so he goes on a date with her, and then Kazuya becomes all bitter and so you're just doing this for money. Obviously, it's like you paid her. And she's like he makes this big scene in an aquarium where they go on a date, and she pulls him off inside. Hey, I do this for a living, blah blah blah, and then. While they're having that argument, he gets a phone call saying his grandmother's in the hospital. And he's like, oh, shit, I got to go. And for some reason, she follows him all the way to the hospital.
She's like, your time's not up.
Yeah. And she's like, I can still go, even though any reasonable person would be like, all right, well, have fun. But, obviously it's a show, so you got to have some ridiculous stuff happen. So they both go to the hospital, and then they're sitting there beside his grandma's bedside. And then he's going around like, oh, it's his mother, his father, him. She's like, grandma's like, oh, who's that? And he's like, it's my, and he's like, it's my girlfriend. And then she's like, what? And, and
hilarity ensues.
Yeah, hilarity ensues. And so now you can see the premise of the show. The grandmother really believes it's his actual girlfriend, and he obviously doesn't have the balls to tell her that he's paying for this girl to go out with him. So, which I honestly don't really blame him. I don't know if I could do that either. But,
yeah.
So
I thought it was, honestly, when I went into the show, I thought it was just going to be more of them being in situations where people are gonna. I thought it was gonna be completely I didn't think it was gonna
keep going on like he would do it again, and then she would get another date, and then it'd just be hilarious situations.
Yeah.
Like they'd be at a restaurant, and then he'd have to disguise something else, and it's
it was kind of
but it really developed their relationship.
It was
a lot
more of a drama. It ended up being more like a drama.
Yeah.
Rather than full on only comedy.
Yeah. Definitely did not go the direction I thought it was gonna go.
No, definitely not.
So I guess that's kind of where it differs from Wate Mote. Wate Mote was just hilarious scenario that she was getting herself into, whereas this one that actually sort of built on the relationship between Kazuya and Chizuru. I think that name. But yeah, so I guess that's the premise of the story, and you can go from there. But what some pros of the story is I really liked, as we just talked about, the relationship between Kazuya and Chizuru. I like how they kind of built that up, and I like sort of they go on more days, and he has to keep lying, oh yeah, and eventually they just start to really like each other. And another pro is I like his friend.
We're gonna say spoil some stuff. So
spoilers. Spoilers. If you didn't know, but yeah. So his friend, I forget his name, when they were at the beach, and he first time he tries to tell them like he's breaking up with her, and the dude like punches him in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a bro check right there. Yeah. He needed that. Like that was a really nice.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kazuya is he's such a little bitch throughout the whole show.
Yeah, that when we get to cons, we'll talk a lot about that. But yeah, he really just like having that kind of friend. Like that whole time, I was like, man, that is like the tier 1 bro right there.
Yeah.
Like knocking some sense into your friend. Like, hey, you fucking idiot. So that was one thing I really liked, or another thing I really liked. I guess for a third thing, it would probably be the relationship between his grandmother and Chizuru. I love how like obsessed she was with her. Like, oh my gosh, my.
I like how the grandma's like constantly playing games. She's like a big gotcha gamer. She's getting rolls, and no grandma would ever be a mobile gamer.
No,
that's so funny.
I like how they kept trying to like set him up too. Like when they went to the hot springs on vacation, he like opens and they're both sitting in there, and it's just. That was some good stuff. But yeah, what other pros did you have?
I just thought it was fun to just sit back, relax, and watch. It was like that kind of show. I never had to think too much about it.
Yeah,
I was just kind of enjoying.
Yeah, no, it is nice. I mean, you don't want to. What? You don't want like a Death Note every single where you're. What's gonna happen in the next episode? The drama
never got like too dark or too depressing. It was just kind of like.
Yeah, now it's never like he got so depressed he killed himself or anything like that, you know.
Like some anime, I like some drama when it goes like that dark, but sometimes you don't need.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah, no. That was my thing with Orange. That was when I was reading that manga. I was like, wow. Or
Erase.
Yeah, Erase.
Erase. You're like, I want to not. I need a full on comedy. This is one of those shows that's like it's great for nowadays.
Yeah, just lifting your mood up.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yeah. So, you got any more pros?
I mean, the art was pretty good throughout that. I like the girls.
Yeah.
I thought the girls looked nice.
They did.
Those are my main pros. I think I just said.
Nah.
I think I liked the intro. I don't remember too much though.
I don't remember the intro too much. I think it was good. I feel like it was good.
Yeah. I think I liked it.
All right. So, on to the cons. It was, as I stated in the beginning, very, very, very cringy. Some points I had to like pause and was like, okay,
really?
yeah. Oh, like again, as I said, when he was like stalking her throughout the episode.
That episode was so crazy. I was like, why are you stalking her?
Go home.
That's all I could think of. Like, when is he gonna get caught? Because you know he's gonna get caught at some point. And it wasn't as bad as it would be in real life. Yeah. Like a real woman would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
She'd be like, "Get the hell away from me! Call the cops!" Like, you know,
she wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're misunderstanding."
Oh yeah, looks like you're all right. You were just following me and being obsessed with
an entire day.
Yeah, no, oh my god. So. That was really, some parts were just very, like, you had to pause for 10 minutes and just be like, well, at least I did, and I'd be like, okay, all right, let's just get on through this. Yeah, and another thing would be, like, the main character's, like, just whininess. Like, I understand it was for character development, but for me, it took a little too long for him to sort of, like, there are some parts where, it's just like, come on, like.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself in him, like, completely.
No.
At some points, you're like, maybe I could kind of, but I mean, he could never stand up for himself. No. Even when I had the least amount of self-confidence, I don't think I could let a girl crush me like that.
Yeah, like when they were in the restaurant and she was like talking down to him. You know, I'm not a guy to be like, yeah, okay, that was uncalled for. Like, you need to apologize. Like, that was, you know. And he's just like, oh, you know, it's okay. And his rent-a-girlfriend, his escort, had to stand up and be like, you can't say those things. Like,
yeah. No, I couldn't see myself in him at all.
That was kind of, which, I mean, maybe the author was trying to go for that, but at the same time, like, I feel like
that's the one of the things that I don't know if it's like a Japanese thing, and that is actually like how a Japanese, like a low self-esteem guy could be there, or if it's just purely like a character.
Yeah, it is interesting to think about, because I know the Japanese are definitely more socially aware than a lot of people in America, at least in my experience. Like,
like like over there, would it be if mommy is trashing him in real life, would the guy just laugh it off because that's kind of what they do there?
Yeah.
To avoid awkward confrontation, because in here in the U.S. you wouldn't.
No, yeah. If some girl across you just started like saying how small your dick was and how bad, you'd be like, and
your friends wouldn't be quiet. Your friends would be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, they'd be like, who is this bitch? Like,
even if you're part of the groups of friends, I think even here you.
Yeah, no,
like, no, you stop.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah.
Like you would call it, but maybe due to like social etiquette, you're not supposed to call them out when they're talking like that. But or could it just be part of the, to emphasize how much of a cunt
Yeah.
Mimi is, or
Yeah,
whatever her name
Mommy.
is. Yeah, Mommy is, like, how much.
Mommy was hot.
But she's a total bitch.
She's a total. How did you
couldn't-
Did you like all his constant masturbating?
Yeah,
That's how I
pretty
could
funny.
relate with it.
I was like, yeah, okay, he's a 20-something, year old college shit. Like, yeah, the masturbation was there.
Constant jerking off.
He kept thinking about her, and then that scene where it was like he was trying to think about Mommy, and then Chizuru kept coming into his head. That was
That's funny.
yeah, that definitely was a relatable part. And you look at his room; it's all messy, and there's like trash can full of tissues. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
What did you think about Ruka, the girl that liked him?
See, and this is, I guess, another one of my cons. I didn't like the fact. I mean, I understand and like in context it's okay, but she was like, maybe it's because I'm older now, but like a high school girl being like that obsessed and like that ravenous over like a dude, like I'm not. It just feels weird. I'm not into like the whole sexualization. Like obviously, when I was 15, I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool." But now, being a lot older, you're like, "This is like, yeah." And it kind of got sort of annoying at some points. But yeah, so I mean, but again, in the context, like if you're watching this and you're 17, you're like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong." That's just, I think it depends on when you watch it.
I just assumed she was 18, senior, because they're in college. So that's kind of why I was.
Yeah, no, I think they said she was like 17.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they said she was 17. So I was just kind of like, man. Again, in the context of it, I mean, he's like, what, 19?
Yeah,
so it's like they're 2 years apart, so it's not like they're...
She was an attractive, drawn character, huh? I liked her
design.
Like
you said, all the women were well attractively drawn, but yeah, that part just kind of was like... But that's more of like a problem with anime at large, and it's not nearly... It's more the lowly characters rather than the... rather than specifically her. But yeah, there were some funny scenes with her that got really ridiculous when they were outside Chizuru's apartment. She comes running out to him. She's like, "I want you to be my actual girlfriend." He's like, "Oh," and he was like listening to this, and he's like, "Well, if it's just a rent a girlfriend, then you don't really love her, and then you could go out with me." And she's like keeps berating him, and I was like, I could. And the way he reacts, like, I don't know, how would you react in a situation like that? Like, assuming you were like a 20-year-old college student, and there was this girl. Let's assume she was 18, and then was like come up to you and like, not that would ever happen, but like, I'm trying to be your girlfriend. Then it's like, but you kind of like the girl. Like, how would you react to that?
I don't know. I was thinking about it because I'm like, it's hard to like see through an anime because in real life, if a girl was coming on that strong, even if she was attractive, it's kind of like, you're kind of like, well, first of all, like, what do you like me that much?
Yeah, well, but it's hard too because it's like I know we were talking about like how like you call people out on their stuff like with Mammy, but like when it's like a girl who's like like to the point of tears, like I think I'd have a hard time being like how do I
might have gone with the trial thing that he did just to try to like slowly push her away.
Yeah, like try to show her that I'm not like. I was reading this thing online and it was about Robert Pattinson, the guy who plays Edward in Twilight.
Okay.
And who's going to play the new Batman, and he was like, this girl was like obsessed with him. She was like camping outside his house and like wouldn't leave him alone. So he finally went on a date with her, and he told her she eventually said that he smelled so bad that she just left. So it's like, maybe you'd try that approach. Like you'd make sure to make yourself seem as unattractive as possible, and then she'll realize like, oh, I don't really like you. So I think that'd be the best way. But man, like on the spot, that would be a oof.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do on the spot.
Yeah, like you said, I'd probably agree. Yes, I'm not gonna. I'll go on a date with you, but
I would probably go on a date
just to get it, like you said, just to get it off.
Yeah, it's harder because I know that if I watched this when I was 16, starved for like any female attention, I probably would have been like, just date her and she's there and she wants you and just have sex with her and enjoy and have fun.
Yep.
But now that I'm older, I'm kind of like,
yeah,
there's more to life.
Yeah, you become a lot more introspective. Again, you're just like, man, it's not just more about like being with anyone, like just anybody who will take me. It's just like you're like, wait a minute, like,
do I have? Don't want to waste my time with this.
Do me and this person actually have something in common?
Because even though she seems like a great, apart from like the blackmailing, she seems like I don't know. Also, she does seem a little too like needy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a thing of maturity too. Like I feel like a lot of teenagers and just teenagers in general are a lot more clingy and a lot more because again, hormones and emotions, and they're like way more overbearing, and it's like,
towards the end she cooled down though. I think she was more attractive towards the end of the show.
Yeah. Oh, and that other girl, the one who was so shy, she
couldn't talk. So I actually really liked Sumi's her name.
Yeah, that was.
I actually kind of really liked her.
That was funny. I mean, it was pretty good. I
thought she was super cute.
I like the way they did her character. The very, like I like how they put together like the complete idiot moron when it comes to a relationship with the girl who can't talk, and that sort of dichotomy, like how's this gonna work out? And it went better. I like the bowling scene. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. So I thought she was gonna be the third love interest. I don't know if they might bring her back.
Maybe I know there's gonna be a second season.
Yeah,
so.
It didn't seem to set her up as a third love interest. Normally they set him up pretty quickly, and she never showed up again after her episode. But I wouldn't be surprised if they brought her back as...
Yeah, I could see it.
But there's no chance she wins.
No, because especially at this point where it's pretty much just, it's going to be Chizuru.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely... It's not going to be Ruka.
But, yeah, no, that was pretty
Which I'm fine, because I kind of like Chizuru.
Yeah. Oh, and Chizuru was definitely my favorite out of the three.
I did like how they didn't make it so obvious that she was into him, even towards the end of the shows. Mm-hmm. I mean, from the glimpses we see, she obviously likes him now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as like, she wasn't blushing as much as you'd see from another anime.
Yeah, usual ones.
There's still a little bit of doubt.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
And I actually have no clue where they're going with the show either. Because at the end he's confessing his love, but then he bitches out.
Yeah, again, one of the problems. Like, if you were at that point, you just say it. Like,
yeah, I think I would have said it.
Even at his age, I would have been like, you know what? It's in the dark. There's nobody here. If she says no, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the end of...
Because I know when I asked that girl, I was about to die. My heart was like killing me, but you just gotta do it.
Yeah. Yep. I remember. Yeah. Yep.
There's nothing more terrifying than asking a girl out
it is.
when you're not used to it or comfortable.
Yep. Especially if it's in front of other people. Like, ooh, I had to do that one time. It was not. Yep. Yeah. I was a lot younger. I was only 14, but man, oh manity man, was that tough.
Yeah. No, it's so hard to know if a girl likes you or not.
Yeah. They hang
I mean, I'm sure
gangs.
that's some stuff I could relate with him with that. Where, you don't know if she likes you or not, but I wouldn't have.
No, you can't be
backed out. I would have just gone with it at that point.
But I think maybe a lot of the time that's because they want a second season, so they're going to keep that dichotomy. Because obviously, if they stay together, well, then the show's over. So they want to keep it.
That was the obvious reason.
And that was another thing I was watching. I can't remember what it was, but the same kind of thing. It was basically like this girl. It was basically like a girl version of him, but not as perverted and ridiculous. She was basically just super shy.
Jerking off every
episode.
Not
masturbating every episode. Yeah, it's a lot more finesse, a lot more beauty to it, gentleness. Not just
hentai.
No, it's not just. Yeah, if there wasn't any comedy in that show, that'd be pretty close to it. But no, she was just shy and had trouble asking out the guy she liked, and it kept creating scenarios like in this show where it's they get together and yada yada. The problem is it kept going and going and going and going. Eventually, I'm just like, well, okay, they're just gonna keep making up excuses for why they're not gonna get together, and then. And I don't want that. I wouldn't like that show to end up like this. I'd like it maybe 2 or 3 seasons, but at the end have them actually get together. Whereas this show, it was I can't remember what it was called, but it was just
probably isn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's another one we should talk about at some point because that's my top. That's my favorite romantic comedy anime. Yeah, dude, that last episode. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, this show it kept just. Now, we're going to really like each other. Oh, but something happens. Oh, I guess, we really like each other.
It's a classic, romantic comedy, but...
I need stories that finish, which, of course, is notoriously not the case for manga and anime.
It's 2 seasons, though. Normally, I don't know, hopefully... See, I don't even know if the manga is still ongoing or not. That's important.
Yeah.
But I hope it can finish in the 2nd season, because if it doesn't...
I mean, again...
almost no anime get 3rd seasons.
No.
You've got to be one of the top ones. I think this one was pretty popular, though.
Yeah. I could see it. It's funny. I'm sure a lot of college-age guys will be reading this and laughing.
Yeah.
A lot of
fantasizing about it.
Yep, that it'll actually happen in reality. No,
yeah, I don't know how. I would definitely not fall in love with an escort.
Yeah, that would be. See, this is the thing is I don't know if. I think Japan's starting to change too. I don't know because I know they've had really weird, strict social interaction between girls and boys. Everything's so polite. You have to be on walking on eggshells. It's really hard to, and they were talking about I don't like to go over the herbivore men in Japan, blah 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 blah, but it's
but I'm a carnivore.
Yeah, but I'll eat that pussy. But it's I think there is definitely some truth in the sense that relationships aren't exactly not necessarily as big a deal, but Japan is everything so focused. Again, when you go to high school in America, as I'm sure a lot of you know, it's just you only go. I mean, obviously, yes, you want to get an education, you want to get good grades, but when I was going to high school, I was you go because you have to and your parents make you. It's like I never did any after school activities, never had any school pride. I was just like, if I was able to go home early, I was like, I'm out of here. Like it was.
I think the normal one though is social experience, right? That's what people go to school for.
Yeah, and it's like, but in Japan, it's like, it's everything's very structured, but everybody goes to clubs. Everyone's in a sport. Like everyone that really matters to them in there. And I think that a lot of their time, whereas in America, it's like, again, it's more like, you go to school to hang out with people and see your friends and, hook up and get in a relationship. Whereas in Japan, it's like, I'm going to go to study so I can get a good school and I mean, there is
education's secondary for the most part in the U.S.
Yeah, whereas I think in Japan, it's a lot more primary of a focus. They have cram schools and they do all this and it's like, having time and their parents are like, you're gonna make sure to get A's, blah blah blah, and it's like to have time for a relationship and all of that is probably not as easy. So I think there's a lot to that. And then you go through high school and by the time you're 25 you have no idea how to
talk to chicks,
or even how to get into a relationship.
No, I mean it's hard even for us, just even though we're supposed to be comfortable with it.
Well, I think the internet has changed a lot of that, but this conversation is getting really deep, so we'll turn it back to the show. Anyway, that was like the last of the cons I could really think of.
Overall I had fun watching it. I will totally watch the second season if.
I'd give it a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I had fun. I'd probably give it around that 7.5.
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch another one though.
Yeah, if it comes out with the second season, I'm definitely I see more. I just hope that finally he matures a little bit. I want to see some growth in him in the second season.
Less wimpy.
Yeah, just
more manly, an alpha male.
Yep, and just working out with his dumbbell, jacked. He does bodybuilding.
He doesn't even care about her anymore.
He's done. He's like, I can get real with her. He travels over to America, gets completely changed the direction of the show simply
to an entirely different show.
That was funny. Yeah. No, it's good. 8 out of 10. Watch it again if you into like sort of like romantic comedies kind of stuff and you like that. I would recommend it. It's definitely funny. It's good animation.
I would recommend
Characters
it too.
are drawn well.
You think it's an anime that somebody that isn't used to anime could watch though?
No, I'm gonna say no because it's introductory anime. You always I usually would give people like a mystery or a thriller because a lot of the times my sister was actually talking to me about this. She was saying how like when she was like she was playing, it wasn't anime, but it was a video game, like anime video games, like Xenoblade Chronicles. She's like, Xenoblade Chronicles was really well done in the story, but she's like, I couldn't get over the fact that the women look like, dolls. That they're, it was like, like it was like ridiculous, way oversized boobs and hip to waist, hip to stomach ratio. And
that's how I wonder how girls can even get into anime sometimes, aside from like yaoi, I guess.
Yeah, and like shows like Free and sport.
But I don't know how you get into anime as a girl.
Yeah, no, it's because again, it's so that's why definitely not introductory anime. They would hate the main character. They would find that stalking episode utterly repulsive.
Yeah.
So no, I would show them things like Death Note or Psychopaths, right? That have more like a gritty feel to them. They're more real. Like the characters aren't just over-sexualized for nothing, for fan service.
I think I'd start with High School DxD.
How about High School of the Dead, Ikutosen. I think that would be a good one. What's that, Monster Girls?
Oh, yeah.
Let's start those. I think that's a good one. That'll show off how normal anime is and not just a bunch of fan service. So, so that's pretty much it for Rent a Girlfriend. There's a lot of good anime coming out this season and next season.
Yeah, we have so many. There's so many anime to watch.
Ridiculous. Bleach is restarting 2021. Woo!
Is it?
Yep. They're finally going to release it. Stupid COVID.
Spring?
I don't know. They haven't been specific. I would guess. I would maybe spring, possibly summer. But that's going to be awesome. So I can't wait.
We're going to talk about Attack on Titan when that's done.
Yes. Ooh, are they coming out with the third season of that right now?
Yeah, it's already started.
Okay.
I think it's fourth season, right?
Yeah, fourth season. Is it 24, 26 episodes?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Or are they going to split it?
No, I don't think they're going to split it. I think this is it.
Oh, that's going to be good. Yeah. When we finish that, we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, for sure. About the whole series, probably.
Oh, yeah.
How shitty it was in that one.
How they decided to wait 5 years.
Yeah, they're like, let's wait till the hype dies.
Yeah. Because I remember, we'll talk about it more, but I remember when you first showed me about that show in like 2013, you're like, this is going to be really cool. And then Avion's like, oh, I don't think it'll be cool. And then he comes back, he's like, guys, did you see this show called Attack on Titan? You're like, yeah, the one he talked about like 6 months ago. Yeah. Again, we'll get to that when we talk about Attack on Titan. But yeah, again, Friend to Girlfriend, 8 out of 10. You like romantic comedies, I'd check it out. But
yeah. So we're gonna also let's mention that we're probably gonna do once a month on anime reviews, just so it doesn't become only an anime review podcast. But
yeah, and we're gonna have more plans for. Again, we're still as you can tell, we're still trying to get the schedule down for all of this.
The set changes every single week, and the camera position changes.
Yep, we're working on it here. We're working on it.
We got 2 mics this time.
Yep, it's a start. It's a start. Yeah, we're working on setting up like an area where we can do this, like a studio, and we're gonna have maybe plan out more things. Again, not just an anime review channel. Do more things. Like I was thinking, anything from like figure reviews to like. Just like we were talking about, like anime battles, brackets, things like that. Top 10s even. We'll throw all of them in there because I have fun.
Top 10 Legend of Zelda games.
Yep. Top 10 games of all time. The Ocarina of Time. Top 10 video games. Everything. It's all Ocarina of Time's number 1 in all of them.
According to Watch Mojo.
Yeah. No, we're not going to be like that. We have our own. Not just
plain.
Although is Watch Mojo done by votes?
I've heard that it's part votes, part theirs.
Okay.
So they
their
count
choice
more, but then there's still votes too.
I'm curious to see what the vote ratio is. That somehow Ocarina of Time wins.
Well, that's probably because they're using the exact same people, so it's just always going to be the same games over and over.
Yeah. Yep. Like there'd be plenty of games. Even though I've never played Ocarina of Time, I can assure you.
I've never played a Zelda game.
I have played the Zelda game for the Game Boy Advance SP. It was fun, but it's not like it was like, oh my god, this is revolutionary. Mm-hmm. Like Zelda's the beginning of gaming itself. Like, yeah, it's good, but it's not. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna be doing a lot of that different stuff. So stay tuned. Again, we're gonna get the studio set up and everything. But yes, more content to come in the future.
Yeah. So that was what we wanted to say about the anime stuff. You had another topic.
Oh, that's right.
Done.
Nope. Sorry. Save it for next time. Leave it on a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah.
And so,
click. Just like the anime.
Just leave it on a cliffhanger. I was curious. I just, in a 2 podcasts ago, which would be like our first one.
The first one got deleted because of the website we're using. We have to pay in order to keep for a certain amount of time. So we're gonna have to pay at some point. But
yeah. Okay. How much is it again? Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Let's talk economics right now.
Yeah. So, let's just lay our whole budget out for our viewers. But
10 million. That's what we're putting it.
Yep, that's what we're selling everything. I'm selling my soul, the devil, everything.
We sold everything we can to get financing.
Yep. Just so we can get the. Now, we talked about video games and in particular new games coming out, Cyberpunk 2077, and how. We were, excited for it, but there were some questions we had. And I did find out today that a lot of the game is in first-person mode, which really kind of sucks because in an RPG, I was really, again, when I play an RPG, I know I'm not a big fan of first-person RPGs. I like being able to go third-person because part of it is designing your character, designing you, and you can see what you look like. Like Dark Souls, for example, half the fun is fashion souls, which armor looks really cool, which weapons. So the fact that most of this game is first-person kind of disappoints me. And then I was talking to a guy at work who bought it and played it, and he said he's having trouble. Like, now I don't know how much of a gamer he is, but he was like trying to climb up a ladder, and then he looked over and then he just fell down again and almost died because you don't have that same sort of like 360 degree view when you're first person. So that is kind of disappointing. Although they did say like the ability, there's a lot of things to spec in. Like, there's a lot of different there. I think he said there was like guns, hand-to-hand combat, all this stuff. And he said that was pretty cool. But again, the fact that it's first person just really
not your favorite.
No, I really was hoping for it to be all third, or at least to be able to like choose. Now, he didn't say. He made it sound like you couldn't choose, like you were stuck in first person except during some parts. But I'll have to look at myself when I get the game in a year.
Yeah, you're gonna wait.
Yeah, I don't know if
you get it for the PC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, is it not out for the PC right now?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, no, I'm not going to buy it.
I heard it was made for the PC, and then the others ported onto the other ones.
That's fine. I think that makes sense. PC's the superior system anyway. But yeah, PC Master Race, woo! But so that's really what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to throw that in there. That was kind of like, disappointing.
Yeah.
My thoughts on RPGs and how they should be. I mean,
third person.
I guess you would leave the option in there to go first person, but I would definitely think first person should be the.
It is a shooter. Is it a shooter?
Yes. You could shoot guns and stuff. So
Yeah, I like first person more of like Call of Duty.
Yeah, shooter
for
games.
an RPG.
No.
I did play a lot of Fallout, but in Fallout, it doesn't feel like character design.
No,
is
it's that
really
big of a deal.
No, not as much. More like what you say in conversation. I think that's more important. Or your actions rather than your clothes. But it felt like Cyberpunk has like a big, in-depth character customization thing. So it's weird to just.
Yeah. I wonder if you can have a party. Is there like, do you have a party in that game? Like, do you have like an RPG party?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Probably.
Because a lot of the RPGs I play have like parties.
I do like parties.
So,
Like Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls doesn't, but yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be kind of crazy. There's a Dark Souls with like AI party members.
That would be.
Like you could get Sigmar out of Casuarina. Like you could take the people you meet at Firelink Shrine with you. That would be pretty dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you could like switch between them and like fight with them and then build your own character. That'd be interesting for Front Software to try. I just thought about that. Anyway.
And then make it about like Age of Dragons.
Yes, yeah. And you could fight the dragons. You could be Gwyn and could be his.
And call it the Dragon Age.
Yeah, even though Dragon Age is already a party member. Yeah, it actually goes from Dragon Age to Dark Souls. That's the world before Dark Souls is Dragon Age. Yeah, just connect everything. And then after Dark Souls, it's Skyrim. Let's put all the medieval RPGs together.
Everything's just together.
That's funny. So yeah, that's pretty much what I had for this podcast. You want to add anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty happy with done.
All right,
nothing more to add. Ever.
See ya. Yeah, but yeah. So look forward to next week. I say next week, but the next time this podcast gets uploaded, hopefully in like 2 weeks from now. But again,
yeah, we're gonna try to do 2 weeks.
We'll see. Things may come up again. We still have to work and school and all that.
Yeah,
so.
we're still trying to figure out everything. Get a better camera too.
Yeah. Yep. Christmas is coming up.
Because we're using the phone right now.
Yeah. Browbeat my family into. Blackmail them. I know things.
The ideal thing would just be have at least a camera here and then a camera facing you, right?
Yeah, that way we could have like 3 different angles.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's keep discussing our plan.
All right then.
Yeah. All right. Well, obviously, tune in next time, guys. We'll see you then.
Goodbye. Pause. Stop.